How did forces mix in the Hue Battle of Vietnam? The Battle of Hue was a significant event during the Vietnam War, showcasing a mix of forces that shaped its outcome. This battle began on January 31, 1968, as part of the larger Tet Offensive. It was a surprise attack by North Vietnamese and Viet Cong forces against the city of Hue, which was a cultural and historical center in Vietnam. On the attacking side, the North Vietnamese Army deployed 3 regiments, specifically the 4th, 5th, and 6th regiments. They were supported by around 6 battalions of Viet Cong guerrillas, totaling approximately 1,000 fighters. These troops were well organized and included infantry battalions, combat engineers known as sappers, and heavy weapons units. They approached Hue from nearby hills, using stealth to penetrate the city's defenses, including the Citadel, a fortified area at the heart of Hue. Facing them were South Vietnamese and United States forces. The South Vietnamese Army had about 11 battalions involved, including the 1st Division. However, many soldiers were on leave, which reduced their immediate strength. The United States contributed around for battalions of Army soldiers and for battalions of Marines, notably Task Force X-Ray, which was engaged in intense urban combat. Additionally, there were about 200 American and Australian military advisors stationed at the United States Military Assistance Command, Vietnam compound within the city. The battle took place in a highly urban environment, leading to fierce house-to-house fighting. The North Vietnamese and Viet Cong forces managed to occupy much of the city, including the Citadel, for several weeks. Meanwhile, U.S. Marines and South Vietnamese troops fought hard to regain control. This combat was characterized by close-quarters engagements, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The urban setting complicated the fighting. Traditional open-field tactics were less effective, and the dense city favored defenders who knew the terrain well. The mixture of North Vietnamese regulars and Viet Cong guerrillas attacking a defended city held by South Vietnamese soldiers and U.S. Marines created a unique and challenging battlefield. This battle forced Allied forces to adapt to urban warfare tactics. They had to coordinate infantry assaults, use artillery and air support carefully, and strive to minimize civilian casualties amid the destruction. The fighting in Hue also had significant political and psychological effects, influencing public opinion about the war's progress. In summary, the forces in the Hue battle were a combination of North Vietnamese regulars and Viet Cong guerrillas attacking a city defended by a coalition of South Vietnamese soldiers and U.S. Marines. This mix led to one of the longest and bloodiest battles of the Vietnam War, highlighting the challenges of urban combat in a culturally significant location.